am so excited for you to join me today in today's video on life in the sea. This is an area where we look at Christ as the change in the area of our business. So we're going to look at our business again. My name is Faustina, and I will beg you to continue to subscribe to my channel, continue to like and share, and let's be a blessing unto God. So today's video, we are going to ask a question. If you are a boss, you are going to ask a question: who do I hire? There are so many people that will come into your organization seeking for job. You are sitting in front of people who want jobs, and you are asking yourself, who qualifies for this position? Who do I hire? And in helping us, we are going to look at the book of Genesis chapter 41 from verse 14 downwards. And this focuses on Joseph. There's a lifestyle of Joseph where he was in prison, accused falsely, and then per his dream, he was out of the prison, and then he became the prime minister or the overall boss in the king's palace. How did all this happen? We are going to look at it and look at some point that will guide us in knowing who to hire when you are to hire somebody to occupy your place or your space of work. Now, I always will encourage you to pray. That is my first thing. You are bringing somebody into your space of work, into your destiny God has given you. You cannot be wrong in choosing somebody wrong. So you have to spend time in praying to God to guide you to know who fits that job and who can you bring into your space of job. So prayer is one thing you shouldn't leave out of it. Now in verse 15, we are going to look at it verse from verse. And in verse 15, we realize that the king hired this person because he can interpret the dream. Joseph was able to interpret the king's dream. God has given you an idea, a dream, a vision, a mission that you are embarking on. Who can be able to interpret it when you tell them? If they cannot, they can be part of you. Let them be able to interpret the dream in the area that you have positioned them. Is it HR? Is it accounting? They should be able to interpret the dream that is over there, what you are looking for, expectations, before you say that you are the best person for that. The king saw that Joseph was able to interpret the dream, so there was no way he could look at anybody or anybody's direction. Now in verse 17, we also have to look at someone who acknowledges that God is his help. Some of us as employees are too pompous in thinking that I do it all by myself. But Joseph was able to always to give credit to God. That is through God that he will be able to help the king. So the king was able to trust him more because he was relying on God to help him. Another aspect is that you have to look at somebody who fears God and trusts God. When you get somebody like that, they will not cheat you. They will not run away with your money. If they fear God, they will do what is right. Another thing you have to do is that somebody that can put the plan in place. When Joseph was able to interpret the dream, he was able to put some plans in place. He was able to tell the king that if we grow the seeds in this area or in this season, we are going to harvest this much. We are going to store this much. And it's going to help us in the area when we don't have much to eat, so we can sell and have so much to also consume. So you need somebody that can put the plan in place. If it's an accounting person, let them be able to tell you that if we do A, B, C, D, we are going to generate this amount of money. If we do this, we are going to do this. Not somebody you are going to spoon feed at the point you will get tired. You don't need such around you. So someone that can put a plan in place and be able to help the organization to grow to the point, and that is what Joseph did. Another aspect is that they are able to also recommend somebody else. And in verse 33, Joseph did the same thing. When he interpreted the dream, he told the king that I recommend that you look for somebody with a discerning spirit, somebody skillful, somebody this. He didn't say that because I've interpreted the dream, choose me and let me have it. He was humble enough to let the king know that I have a choice, either you or somebody else. And the king listening, realizing that how can I choose somebody over Joseph? let me just give the work to him, and he gave it to him. So somebody that is humble enough to say that, boss, let's bring this person and let's do this together, and then we can be able to achieve what we want to do. So somebody that you can also entrust your business with. There are some people, when you travel for 1 year and you come back, your business will collapse. Can you trust this person that when you are away, he can take care of the entire thing? That is what the king realized. He entrusted the whole thing into the hands of Joseph, and Joseph became the overall boss in the area of managing and ensuring that there's increase in what he was doing. And one last thing is that Joseph was also a hardworking. The Bible says that he supervises the whole people every single time he was up and running. So you are having a person that calls you, boss, I'm thinking of this, I have this idea, what can I do with this, what do you think about this? Have somebody that can supervise everything, can supervise the area you have put in or placed in, so that you do not do their work for them. When you are hiring somebody, it is not an easy thing. I've been there, and those of us who are in the business era, we do it all the time. You are thinking, who should I give it to? Who deserves this position? And these areas that Joseph exhibited can help us in choosing who can be the best person that God wants to occupy that space, so that your destiny in terms of business can be well and secured. So once again, my name is Faustina Cox, and I please would like you to continue to subscribe and like and share. Let this be a blessing unto other people in the area of their business where they don't know what to do. We thank God for blessing us today, and I always say that if you do not know Christ, all these things will mean nothing to you. Accept Christ, let him come into your life of business and help you to know what to do at every point in time. I will see you in my next video.